I love this game and I really can't explain why. Its story sucks, its overworld sucks, its characters suck, its towns suck, its UI sucks, it has graphical issues galore, and I've completed this game and I still can't tell you what a remnant is! That might explain why the director's interview sounds like Jackie Lambie explaining why Islam is bad. A truly Australian reference.
Well, I think when it comes to Sharia law, to me it obviously involves terrorism.
The Last Remnant is an RPG, and basically the story revolves around mysterious objects called the Remnants. These are very powerful objects that people across the world of the game are always scheming, and there's a lot of politics involved in trying to get the power of the Remnants.
God, I love guitar riffs that make it almost impossible to hear the audio. Thanks 2009 game trailers.
Caught!
In all seriousness though, I do love this game, and I think it's down to one main reason. The overall concept of the game. I know it's a very vague nothing statement that wouldn't sound out of place in a Liberal campaign ad. Boy, I'm feeling very topical today. This video's gonna age worse than Macaulay Culkin. I'll elaborate on what I mean by the overall concept of the game after I'm done bitching about why the game sucks. There really is no way of describing the plot without sounding like the director's interview. Not because the story is hard or complex, because it's not. It's because of the main thing the game is titled after, the Remnants. It's never made clear what Remnants actually are or how they work. At first you think Remnants are big weapons, e.g. the Gay Bolg.
Who the fuck called it that?
Then later you learn small chests are Remnants as well. Afterwards you learn that Remnants have to be bound to a person or they trigger a collapse, essentially a boss fight. Except all the chests are Remnants and aren't bound until Rush accesses them, and other big Remnants in the game like the Ark aren't bound either. Then you learn that some people are Remnants as well, and Remnant Wardens are a thing and they aren't all Remnants and Maybe I'm just an idiot because I've never heard anyone complaining about the Remnants, and how they are inconsistent and make absolutely no sense. The main story involves Rush, the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen in any media ever.
The name's Rush Sykes. Who are you?
I am David Nassau, the Marquis of Athlum. You may address me as David.
Sure thing, Dave.
Looking for his sister Irina, after she was taken from their island. After presumably walking on water, Rush is Jesus confirmed, he sees a battlefield and somehow mistakes Emma, a middle-aged woman, for his sister Irina, a 15-year-old girl.
How do you fuck that up?
Because of this mistake, Rush stumbles onto the battlefield and gets saved from disintegration by the Gay Bolg by his magical pendant. After Emma accused Rush of being a spy, Rush gains the support of essentially Emma's boss, the leader of Athlum, to help look for his sister. Almost a bit too quickly. Fast forward, we find that Irina was taken by a bad Chinese dude who's bad. Then we find out the real villain is a cartoonishly sexist idiot called Juko Mayan. After saving Irina, we then find out that the real villain is someone called the Conqueror, the most original name for a character ever, who wants to destroy the world because humans were mean to remnants or some shit. Yeah, the story isn't very complex and is actually quite generic. The only thing the game has to set itself apart are the remnants, and we've discovered why, from a story perspective, they really suck. There's really not much to say here, so welcome to... Fucking Idiot. Dave-O, the King Man. Princess Peach. Badass Warrior Woman. Cranky Four-Armed Cat Man. Cranky Fish Warrior Man. Forgot her name. Daddy. Yeah, I really shouldn't have done a CinemaSins parody. I kinda just made the video look like shit. Anyway, there are more characters with a quote-unquote personality, but they're honestly just as in-depth as the characters I've listed, and really aren't worth talking about. The town areas of the game are small and underutilized. They have the exact same vendors and copy-pasted taverns that have absolutely nothing functionally unique about them. Which sucks because these areas are so detailed and genuinely beautiful. This is Unreal Engine 3 on a game released in 2009. I genuinely love how the towns look, and I just wish there was more functional reasons to go to Serapalais over Illusion. For example, a specific vendor that only sells a specific type of armor. I know this is a problem with RPGs in general, but it hurts so much more just based on the sheer beauty of the towns. It also sucks that towns are tiny and you don't get to experience all of them. There is an overworld map for the towns! I understand that this was a size and budgetary issue, so I won't harp on it too much. It just kind of sucks. Whoever was in charge of the visual design for the towns did a really good job, and I wish there was more of it. The UI is actually pretty straightforward. What annoys me, however, is until about 3 hours in, you don't have access to all of it. And by all of it, I mean the good shit. The Last Remnant has a heavy focus on team and stat management. I love this and find great satisfaction in spending a good 15 minutes fiddling with my unions, group of party members, every time I level up. It sucks that for the first 3 to 5 levels you don't have access to this. This is where the strategy of the game lies, and for some people they never get to experience that. This is a segue onto the good aspects of the game, the micromanagement of all your unions. You start off with 3 unions and have 9 party members. This gradually increases over the game. You always have less party members than spaces in your unions. This adds a layer of strategy. Do I want 3 members in all my unions so I can balance it out, or do I want 2 full unions with 5 party members each and 1 essentially sacrificial union with 3 party members in it? You'll be in here a lot, so you'll be making that decision a lot. Aside from that, the team management is a numbers game, and you'll be hard pressed to find a formation or a party member that doesn't come with any drawbacks. Yay, my physical attacks are better, but now I have less magic. Yes, it's spelt like that. This game genuinely looks pretty great for a 2009 Unreal Engine 3 title. The character and monster models, while copied and pasted like you wouldn't believe, look great. The towns are beautifully detailed, and despite the low resolution of some of the textures, the game still holds up. However, there are definitely areas within the game that really don't hold up on a visual standpoint. For example, the Great Sand Sea. I mean, it looks like a desert, sure, but there's nothing interesting to look at here. Even the textures on these poles are lower quality than what you'll find in other areas of the game. Not to mention the biggest problem with the visuals, the fact they don't work. Not from an artistic standpoint, we've established that they look great, but from a functional standpoint. The texture pop-in is real. It's actually quite distracting, and I honestly can't fathom how this made it into a shippable product. This isn't a glitch, it's just how the game runs. Overall, sloppy programming really takes away from the obvious time, love and effort the artists put in. The combat of this game is very automatic. You command each of your unions to attack with mystic arts, magic, with combat arts, without magic, to stay on their toes, do whatever, hurry up and heal them, and to revive fallen unions with bring them back. You have no direct interaction with your party members, making the combat about as in-depth as a cookie clicker game. This doesn't mean that combat isn't tense, because it is. You can go from hero to dead in a matter of seconds, and the game is so unforgiving to the point where you really shouldn't bother with New Game Plus. However, the main draw for me with the combat was watching my meticulously made unions battle it out with worthy opposition on a grand scale. Yes, I rage quit many times, but I do feel it was worth it. The overall concept of the game revolves around beauty, detail, and sheer scale. The towns are some of the most beautiful places in media. The detail of the union management is rewarding in the battles, while as automatic as Final Fantasy XIII, are massive in scale, and a one battle is both rewarding and a testament to your union management. While these reasons aren't enough to make most people like the game, they are for me. In conclusion, you probably won't like this game, but I love it, mainly because I want to make something better. Also, before you go, you can't get the Steam release of this game anymore. They pulled it after the remaster that came out on PS4. If you want to play this game, get the PS4 version, and avoid the Xbox 360 version like the plague.